Okay. With some nice explosions in the background, let's get started. I don't know if anyone's going to join eventually, but for now, we'll just get going. Try to adjust the camera a little bit. That's good. I don't know how else you're supposed to capture from a 3DS. I'm sure there's some way you could do it. But today, I am going to be watching my scaredy cat chicken dog, who, even though she is pretty old and has seen plenty of 4th of Julys, still gets scared every time. But in the meantime, I'm going to hunt dittos, and preferably shiny. And in order to do that, I have a couple special Pokemon. Specifically, I have Graffiti here, who is my main Pokemon. You saw my reflection there for a second. This is my main Pokemon for basically doing the catching. So what this does, you can see I have a False Swipe, Multi-Attack, Recover, Recycle, and a Lepa Berry. So basically I can infinitely mess with that. I don't have to worry about, you know, running out of anything. This Rockruff is specifically formatted to be completely useless. So once the Ditto transforms into this Rockruff, it basically can do absolutely nothing. I'm also putting this Gardevoir that has Synchronize in the front for Modest. I am hoping to maybe get a Ditto that will be useful for breeding shinies as well. And at the moment, what I could use is a Modest. Okay, so let's see. Just gonna go out to where we can, and I always want to do the Rotolottos, because those are actually pretty useful, especially if I do a little bit of breeding later. We're gonna want those hatches, which I didn't get this time, but I have a ton saved up. Okay, once he's done blabbing on and on, we can go on to try and find a Ditto, and I'll show you exactly how this method works. I could have the Gardevoir fainted to save a little time, but I'm too lazy to go do that. It's not really necessary, especially since my synchronized Gardevoirs at this point, because I've used them so much, are in like the 90s, so it's not like they're gonna get knocked out. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can hear the fireworks in the background, but there's some. It's definitely already starting. It's only like I don't know if you can see the clock. It's like not even 5 p.m. and already getting quite a few. This is also kind of a weird position to hold this 3DS in, so might have to readjust. I'm just using this kind of crummy little USB camera so I can move it around a bit if I need to. Okay, another. Eventually we'll get a Ditto, and then I can show you the setup here. Might be able to kind of... that's a little bit more comfortable, actually. Does that look okay? Yeah, you can see that. I could actually see it better on my monitor than I can see it on my 3DS, but that's okay. I could put the monitor in front, but then we get... I think we'd get an infinite... I think we'd get kind of an infinite signal going there. You just see like a hall of mirrors. Be kind of funny, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Come on, Ditto. Okay. I don't think these guys even, I don't think these would even work. I don't think you can even shiny hunt these the normal way. Because I don't think they call for help. I could be wrong. actually already have a shiny one of those, so I especially don't need you. I swear when I tested this before, I got a Ditto right away, so I thought they weren't that bad, but maybe I was doing something a little different. Or I just got lucky. Because it seems like I'm not even seeing Dittos. This isn't even the hard part. I actually got a shiny LGM here in this spot using this exact same method, although obviously I didn't need the Rockruff to trick because that's not going to transform, but just using the same method with the... There we go. With the call for help chaining, or whatever you want to call it. SOS chaining, I believe, is what the technical term is, but... Okay, so, now I want to make sure to go to the Rockruff real quick. So this idiot will transform into my useless shiny Rockruff. Yeah, you do that, buddy. You do that. And then... I just simply switch to Graffiti. Which is my shiny Smeargle. I used to have a regular Smeargle that I did the same exact method with, but once I got a shiny one, you know, got to be a little show-offy with it. So you could see I got false swipe, multi-attack, recover, recycle. So basically, I'm just going to false swipe it down. And you may be thinking I put rest on that Rockruff, which seems stupid, but you'll see why it's not. So it also has Rock Polish, it has Howl, I mean, it cannot do any damage to me. So there's no threat. I've basically neutered this Ditto. So then the next thing I'm going to do, of course, is use an Adrenaline Orb. So now it will be more likely to use that SOS. Ah, there's the rest. And because it has Vital Spirit, it stays awake, it does not regain health, it just wastes a turn. Now, the issue is, I believe Ditto only gets 5 PP per transformed move. So it's going to be able to Rock Polish 5 times, it's going to be able to Howl 5 times, it's going to be able to attempt to rest 5 times, etc. But when I was testing this, they run out of points a lot faster than I would have thought. So I do have to be careful to keep switching. But now I can use multi-attack and destroy the new Ditto. And obviously this is going to one-shot them. So... Oh, Odor Sleuth, that's the other thing. I couldn't remember what the fourth... I knew it had a fourth useless move, Odor Sleuth. So... yeah, basically that cannot do anything, and I'm going to get these before they can transform into my Smeargle that actually has attacks. Well, I guess it really only has one useful attack at the moment, but... theoretically, it could hurt me. Okay, so its help didn't appear. Now, in this case, if you don't want to waste PP, you just use another Adrenaline Orb. And you say I have 68 left. It has no effect. So that's not going to use it up. So I will still have 68, but it still uses a turn. In my specific case, it doesn't really matter if I want to be lazy and just like blow a false swipe. Since I have the Lepa Berries, I have the Recycle, I'm not going to run out on this guy, at least. I could fight literally forever, and it'll just, I'll just have to keep recycling that Lepa berry. I also have like a million Rado PP restores, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go for the false swipe like I was talking about. The only thing is if I'm not paying attention, I could accidentally do a real attack here. It's probably better to stay in the habit of using the adrenaline orbs when you just want to blow a turn. You could probably, you're gonna turn it down a little bit so you can hear the fireworks maybe. It sounds like someone's shooting off like a chain gun out there. I don't know if that's coming through. Okay, so I'm actually going to... I like having the one that I'm killing on the other side. So I'm going to switch this one back out. That Ditto will transform. I can't actually do anything here, so switch back. Yeah, that would be a long fight. Although eventually they would just struggle and win, I think. Or struggle and lose, because they wouldn't do enough damage. Okay, so now I want to multi-attack the old one. Okay, sorry, I'm just setting up a window over here. Okay. Then I just false swipe, and that's how you would reset it so that they don't run out of PP. I'm sure there's a way that I could set this up where they also wouldn't run out of PP. I don't know if they would know to use recycle. Yeah, actually, I don't know if there's a way to do that. But either way, what I'm going to do is, well, this guy didn't do anything, so I'll go for the adrenaline orb. And you could, I don't know if you could see that, but I had 68 left still. So the only one that got used up is the initial one. So yeah, if you want to know how to shiny chain, this setup is probably about the best you're going to get. It's not as relevant. What are we, like 2 generations past this now? But, this is the generation that I'm stuck on because this is the last one that had the full, you can get the full national decks. I believe this is also the last one that has Mega Evolution. I believe after this they got rid of Mega Evolution, which is really annoying because I have like shiny Pokemon that I spent a long time getting set up to be Mega Evolutions. And so I don't really have much of a plan to move past this generation. I played Legends Arceus, which was okay. I'd say it's probably the best modern Pokemon game. Like, that's, past the 3DS. But it was so half-baked. I couldn't get that into it. I actually never finished it. I had some fun, especially when it was easier to get shinies in it, because obviously I like shiny hunting, and they had some interesting, unique Pokemon in that game you could only get in that game at the time. And I want to get shiny versions, like of the Hisuian Gudra, for example. But once they took out that easy way to get shinies, apparently it wasn't intended for you to be able to reset those swarms or whatever. I just kind of lost a lot of interest in the game at that point once that got patched out. Just a little check-in. How you doing? Still scared? Scared of the fireworks? Yeah. Are you a good girl? Can you say woo woo, woo woo, I'm afraid of fireworks? Woof woof. Yeah, well, you tried. You tried really hard to talk. That's kind of cool. I mean, I guess I'd be more worried if she did talk. No, I don't want false swipe. I'm going to go for a multi-attack on the new Ditto. And if I do this forever, eventually I'll get a shiny. That isn't just the Ditto duplicating my shinies. Um, how many times has that been? I don't know. I actually don't know how often... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was too busy thinking about how often I have to refresh. Go for the Rotto Lotto. Yeah, I like reading books, yes. I would love to see the responses to that, because, yeah, I wonder how many people actually still read books. Everyone's so worried about banning books, but I don't even know if kids still read. I think that's probably a bigger problem overall. Okay. So the real problem too is that the bottom screen is very covered up by this camera. But I can't think of any other way I could do this setup. Really would be nice if I could get a 3DS capture card of some kind, but I don't imagine that would be very cheap or easy to do. Because I don't think it has any sort of... I don't think it has any sort of video output. Though it seems like that should be a no-brainer. I guess that's kind of what they did with the Switch. Okay, what if the camera was over here? Does that like... Or well, maybe over here. Because then I can see the screen a little better. You can see my snake's tank right here, where my hand is right here. That's Maze. You could actually, I think you could, he's like right here. You can kind of see him. Might be, I think it's just too bright over there. Maybe in another video I'll introduce him. But it seems like you could see this way, and this way I can actually see the screen myself, so... Oops. No, I feel like this is a little... Those background lights are kind of... Oh, whatever. I don't even think anyone's watching this, so who cares? This is mostly just to test and see if I can even stream. And if this goes well, I will probably do some more stuff. Will I hunt for more shinies? Maybe. Definitely, I will probably be showing more of that stuff over there, which is the animals that I take care of. the big tank that's right here is a corn snake. The further back one, uh, the one that's a little bit more in the corner over there, that's a ball python. Um, the little bin on top of that is Madagascar hissing cockroach. Starting a colony. They're not very. It's literally just four of them at the moment. Is that like visible? Can you like see the screen? I know I'm never gonna find another ditto. I think what I did, I think what I might have done, because this isn't my first time hunting shiny dittos here. I have had some unsuccessful attempts in the past that I gave up on. I think, though, if I remember correctly, yeah, I think Rado Encounter, I think that might make dittos more common here. I don't remember if there's a reason. Maybe they're higher level on average. See, the first one I found is a ditto. So okay, well, hopefully I won't need to do that again. But if I do, at least now I know. Well, I probably will do it again because even if I do catch a ditto here, I'm probably going to be hunting 5 and 6 IV dittos. I don't know if anyone even still plays this game enough to be able to find someone to trade for like a 4 and 1 maybe for shiny breeding. I guess I'll find out. But for now, yeah, I just got, actually just got back into playing Pokemon. And as much as I would like to get into the new ones, I just don't think. I don't think it's for me anymore. Okay, back to the Smeargle. Now I can actually see my screens. Can you see them on here, though? Oh, yeah. I mean, mostly. Not that well, eh? Maybe if I aim it more up. I mean, that's not very comfortable for me, though. How about like this? See, like, this would be perfect if I could somehow... If I could just, like, set my 3DS in place, like, right here, that'd be perfect. But I have to be able to actually, like, play it. And see my screens. Both my screens. Honestly, maybe if I could turn the brightness down on the 3DS. I don't even remember how to do that. Um... Oh, here we go. Let's see. Did that do anything? Not really. It's almost like there's like glare from above, but there isn't. It's just the angle we're seeing the screen at, I think. So what really would need to happen is I'd need to... This camera would need to be higher up. Well, I did say this is more of a test stream than anything. No one's here anyway. Okay, I'm going to turn that brightness back up because it doesn't seem to have affected anything other than me being able to see it. Okay. Okay, so let's false swipe this one. And then we're going to use an adrenaline orb. This time it will use one up. Yeah, you can't rest. Call for help. And then hopefully this time we'll chain one after an hour or whatever. I'm just gonna go for the adrenaline orb so I don't accidentally use the wrong attack because I'm so out of the habit. Why is this not, why are you not calling for help, buddy? Okay. Now we can go for the multi-attacks. Turn that volume up a bit so we can hear when we get that shiny sound, hopefully. Hey, this one is just not gonna cooperate after all that. After all that effort, this one's just like deciding it's not gonna cooperate. Yeah, keep doing that. Oops. Okay, no, gotta get in the habit. Adrenaline orb. Okay, now multi-attack. Oh, also, you might notice I have a Pokemon that's gaining experience. That's just another shiny of mine. Moonshine. That one's not level 100, so I just kind of got her sitting in the party to get soak up some experience, since I'm doing this anyway. And since there's no other Pokemon, actually I'm going to switch preemptively because I want to set up a new Ditto. And hopefully not botch it. So if it comes in with Imposter, this will still get it. Which they don't usually, but every once in a while they do. So I'll just go for the Rock Polish, doesn't matter. I could have also used an Adrenaline Orb to waste a turn, whatever. So now I go back to Graffiti. Which is, of course, the Smeargle. I'm just used to calling her Graffiti. Then I will go multi-attack on the old one. And then I will false swipe the new one. I was kind of hoping that it would call for help anyway, but of course not. There we go. Not just keep doing that forever. No, that's not good. Okay. I'll just repeat the false swipe. Multi-attack the new one. I believe, my understanding is once you get a good number of these in, the IVs should just like, there should be a smattering of perfects, like 3 to 4. Once you have like 40 SOS chains. I don't actually know what the numbers are. I'm gonna go for Adrenaline Orb. Waste turn. There we go, another Ditto summoned. Hello, Gojo. I think you might be my first viewer. We're looking for a shiny blue Ditto at the moment. Okay, and I'm finally going to get to show, I finally got the chain going long enough where I can show off what the Lepa Berry's for. So now, he got all of 10 PP back for that. Yeah. No. We got to keep her completely useless so that the Dittos can't attack us. So now, and it's a good chance too because that one didn't SOS. So now I can just use Recycle on Graffiti and I'll get that Lepa Berry back, and you can see now why I can just fight forever. I'm never going to run out of PP for my moves. And this Ditto's never going to summon another Ditto, so give it a false swipe to waste a turn. See, but I don't have a count of how far in we are. Usually, if I don't break the chain, I can kind of get an idea by how many times I've had to use a Lepa Berry, but because I broke that first chain by accident, I think it's like -8 or something, or -10 from whatever the count would be. Well, either way, we're probably about 10 or 15 in, so we're not going to see a shiny for a while. Unless I get, like, incredibly lucky. I do have a shiny charm, which does raise the chances, and every SOS raises the chance, or eventually the SOS raises the chances. I don't know how high it eventually goes, but probably about 1 in 250 around there is where I'm setting. Let's go for another multi-attack. Okay. He didn't summon, so go for the Adrenaline Orb. I should probably refresh that soon because I lost track of how many moves that guy's used. It's kind of hard to keep track of that. It's better to just refresh it whenever you think about it, honestly. So I think I am going to just refresh it. So that one did not have Imposter, so I can just safely switch. It'll use Transform, it'll turn into this useless Rockruff. And so on and so forth. Okay, switch back. Okay, now we want to make sure to do this to the right one. So I'm going to multi-attack the old one first. It tried to heal. Can't do that. I do not allow it. That one didn't summon, so we'll false swipe it. Oh, come on. Alright, I'll waste a turn with an Adrenaline Orb. Multi-attack. Now we're getting to the point where it's getting more likely that I'll see a shiny. And these guys probably have at least one or two perfect IVs, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. So we're gonna keep going until we see a shiny. And hopefully the shiny will actually have good IVs, because I want to use these for breeding. Having the Ditto be shiny does not increase the chances of its offspring being shiny, despite that being a rumor that I have heard. It is not true. But it will have good IVs from doing this SOS chaining, which, if you care about having good IVs in the shinies that you're breeding, it can be useful. And since I have a Japanese Swablu, or Korean, I believe Japanese, if I have a Ditto with modest nature and decent IVs, I could probably breed a pretty good one. Go for the Adrenaline Orb again. How do I see if anyone's watching? It had a... Do I have to... Oop. Oop. I think I might have just... I think I might have just messed something up there. Hopefully we're still alive. I guess when I was trying to check something, I might have accidentally refreshed the stream. I don't think that that's good. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think there's anyone watching right now anyway, but... People might go back and watch the VODs of this, I guess, if they're really bored. I'll probably go back and watch it once if I actually catch a shiny, because I'll probably clip that part out so that I have the nice little clip of me catching a shiny. Okay. I mean, not that it's going to look very good with this kind of screen catching, but, you know. Okay, what was I doing? Alright. You know what, I'm actually not... I'm going to save myself a turn later, and I'm going to use a PP restore, because I have 61. I mean, who cares if I burn a few of these? I always do the Rotto Lottos when I'm actually breeding, so I end up with quite a few more than I need. Okay. I need to multi-attack that new Ditto, which is the one on the left. I wonder if those fireworks are picking up on the mic. It looks like they're picking up based on the decibel recording, the input. Probably not very loud, though. It's not that bad yet. We get a lot of fireworks later on. Hopefully I'll be done with this stream by then, since this is just supposed to be a test. Do I need to switch dittos? I think I might need to switch dittos. I don't want it to struggle. I'll just use that one. So yeah, I gotta switch. Now that will use transform. Now it's technically shiny in a way, but that's not what I want. Switch back. I probably should have knocked the old one out first, but that's okay. I remember which one's which. Hello, happy 4th of July. Dustin Jacobs. Don't have a lot of viewers, so you get some special attention. Thank you. Okay. Now let's see if... No. Okay. Back to wasting turns with adrenaline orbs. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust this so it looks a little better, but... Wait, did it summon? No, it did not. Okay, adrenaline orb again. You know, I wonder if I turned the lights on, would this look a little better? Hold on. Because I thought the reflection would mess it up, but let's see. Oh, careful, Nick. I don't think this is going to be better. No, it's about the same, if not worse, huh? This isn't really the ideal way of capturing this, but, you know. Well, maybe that does look a little better. Also, thank you. I'm glad you hope I find the shiny. It's definitely not my first, so I will eventually get it. It's just a matter of persistence at this point. Okay, I'm going to just try to get into the swing of it so I can actually hopefully catch it on stream. It really is, now that it's set up, it really is just a matter of not messing it up. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? You want to lay down? You afraid of the fireworks? Good, you can lay down. It's just my... What are you afraid of? There's nothing in here. Go ahead, lay down. God, it's okay. Yeah, she does not like the fireworks. She's not happy about the fireworks. And no summon. Okay, so waste another turn with an adrenaline orb. I feel like when I tested this, it seemed like they were SOS calling pretty much every time they had the opportunity to. And it was succeeding very frequently. I'm not sure if this time I'm just getting unlucky, but it seems like it's almost half the time they're not actually successfully SOSing. But when I did this with the LGM, I think it took me something like 4 or 5 hours of chaining. That was particularly unlucky, I feel, but that could happen. I might not actually do this for that long, but I feel like these are chaining so poorly, it might take even longer. See, that's another fail. Maybe I need to switch dittos. Maybe it's this ditto. No, I did it that time, so I'll let it slide. No, maybe I was just getting unlucky. Now it seems like it's kind of back to normal. Alright, let's see if I can't switch to a new one. I can cross my fingers and hope that this one has imposter. The one that I'm also hoping that it calls, because if it doesn't, then... But if it calls an imposter one, then I won't even have to wait the extra turn. No, it did not. Okay, so I gotta wait an extra turn, go for the rock polish. Doesn't really matter what I use. Switch back to the Smeargle. Okay. I almost did the wrong one there. At least that wouldn't end the encounter, but it would have been a pain. Oh, called for help without being at 1 HP. Amazing. And it didn't work. It's still kind of cool that it tried, I guess. So if anyone's joined recently, we're looking for a shiny Ditto. I'm using a Smeargle. If you take a look at the moves, I got False Swipe, Multi-Attack, Recover, and importantly, Recycle, which gets me my Lepa Berry back. So when I run out of moves, I can just... Lepa Berry, it'll use its Lepa Berry, I use Recycle, and the battle never ends. And I am tricking these Dittos into transforming into my shiny Rockruff, and she is completely useless. She has no offensive capabilities. She has Rest and Vital Spirit, so that move is completely... it does nothing. And then the other ones are just buffs or debuffs that just don't really matter. Yeah, Rock Polish is one of them. Howl is the other. I always forget what the fourth move is, but it's another one. Odor Sleuth. Yeah, so basically useless. And I'm using Adrenaline Orbs to waste a turn, even though I don't need to. It's just safer. And I am also babysitting my old lady dog who... I don't know why she's sitting over there, but she's afraid of fireworks, so she's kind of just hanging out by me. You could probably hear the fireworks in the background occasionally. Oops, so this did not SOS, so I'm going to blow a turn with an Adrenaline Orb. And theoretically, this could go on forever. But again, I think it's like a 1 in 250 chance of me getting one here, because I have the Shiny Charm. They see that they always change those rates and what the Shiny Charm does in each generation, so I'm actually not 100% sure what the odds are, but I have used SOS chaining to get shinies before. It's not that hard, it's just persistence once you have the setup. I might have even shiny chained for this Smeargle if I remember correctly. Okay, so now you're going to see this, if I can tilt this right, this is my last multi-attack. So once I use that to kill this Ditto, you'll see it'll say my Leppa Berry restored it. And I just have to pay attention to that, because as long as I pay attention to that, I can just remember to use Recycle and I'll get that Leppa Berry back. I have forgotten and then had a move run out. So I did learn that you can just use Recycle and then the Leppa Berry that you recycle will immediately fill that move that's empty. And then you can just recycle again to get it back again. It literally is infinite. You don't need to like... Oops. Well, he's... Good thing they're only level 30, because that one actually has a good attack now, but that's okay. Oh, and actually used... Oh, no, that was me. I thought the Ditto used multi-attack for a second. That's a scary thought. Even just this thing having multi-attack is a scary thought. That is, I believe, usually unique to only Silvally. Maybe type Null and Silvally, but either way, it's supposed to be unique to that Pokemon. If I'm not mistaken. But if I hold a memory, it will actually change the move's type, just like it does with the intended Pokemon. Although I obviously, for these battles, have to hold a Leppa Berry. Okay, so this is like... I have 8 left. It started with 16. I think this is probably like Ditto 30 or so. So we're getting into the point where these chains probably have decent IVs. Maybe 3 perfect IVs if you get a good roll. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna... I know I just switched, but I'm gonna bait out a new Ditto because I lost track. I think it's used something like 6 or 7 moves out of potentially 20. I like to play it safe. It really sucks when you have them struggle and end the encounter. Ah, good. And that one had Imposter. Nice. So, I think... See, I don't know if that one's now going to call Dittos that have Imposter. That would be handy. I don't think that's how it works, though. I think it's random which ability they get. Okay, so go for the multi-attack on the old one. Smeargle can't learn Dark Void? That's interesting. I thought it could learn anything. So I'm an old Pokemon player. I used to play back during the hazy early days in the late 90s. And I always thought the coolest thing was that Mew could use any TM. Because it's like the originator Pokemon or whatever. Oh, this did not SOS chain because I didn't false swipe it. But yeah, Smeargle, if you ever want to just be able to pick 4 attacks, Smeargle is a good one. And as long as you either have or can find a Pokemon that uses those moves that you want on the Smeargle, I mean, yeah, it's all just a matter of setting it up. And for that reason, I really like it. I don't know if it has any competitive use. I don't think it does. I think just because its stats are so garbage. Oh no, see, that one had Imposter, so maybe... I think having this Ditto with Imposter makes it more likely for the ones it summons to have it. That's actually kind of useful, and also kind of bad, because if I'm not paying attention, it duplicates my shiny, so I will actually miss if the Ditto is shiny. I have to really pay attention now. I can't be looking away. Yeah, wow, no, it really is summoning ones that have Imposter. That's interesting. A shiny Imposter Ditto would be kind of cool. Not quite as show-offy because it's only going to be in for a second, but that is interesting. Okay, didn't SOS. So, waste a turn. Oops, don't want to waste a turn this time. I actually need to hit it. Multi-attack is such a good move. It looks really cool, too, if I actually had the animations turned on. Obviously, I don't, just to save time. I think this takes something like a third again as long if you have the animations turned on. Maybe half again as long. It's a lot slower. It definitely depends on the move, too, because some moves take forever to go off. I believe multi-hit is probably one of those. Um... I actually might, if it doesn't summon a new one, if it doesn't SOS a new one, I might try to swap again. But I kind of want to keep Imposter. So I'm going to have to really time this correctly. Yeah, that's not going to work. I didn't have it anyway. Well, I really don't want that one to struggle, but I don't think it's been long enough for it to do that. Okay. Yeah, you can't use rest. Sorry, buddy. Okay, good. Okay, good. Perfect. Now, what would really be perfect would be if it summons another Imposter Ditto. Which it might. No. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. I'm just gonna let it. I'll just let this happen. That's fine. I mean, I'm not really aiming for one with imposter. If I was, I would keep refreshing that until I get one that. But I'm not gonna bother. So I will multi-attack the old one. And then false swipe the new one. And then we're back to hopefully SOS chaining. Or not. That's fine. Waste the turn. Just check on the dog. She's snoozing. Multi-attack. You know, I do wonder how bad this mic is going to peak if I yell when I get a shiny. I don't usually yell, but sometimes it's, you know, heat of the moment. Okay, this was a regular Ditto, right? Okay, yeah. I should probably pay attention when they're coming in. Although with the volume up, I guess at least you can hear that nice little shiny sound. And it didn't SOS, so actually I'm going to take that opportunity to switch just in case. Because that also wastes a turn, and then if it has imposter, I can get another imposter one. It does not. That's fine. And now it's going to turn into this guy instead, which is fine, because I'm knocking it out. It's only level 30, so it doesn't stand a chance. Did it really go for a false swipe? That's an interesting choice. I guess it didn't want to actually knock me out. That's nice of it. Okay, I forgot to recycle, so I'll do that now while I have a chance. Perfect. Oops, not recover. Multi-attack. The recover is there for, you know, when it's not a Ditto and I can't trick it into never touching me, ever, during the entire fight. It is useful to have that recover in there, so you don't have to waste a bunch of healing items. Man, this one does not like to SOS. Is it something about the right slot? Should I be keeping them in the left slot? I don't think that's... I don't think that's correct. The problem is there's so many weird situational bizarre things with Pokemon. It gets hard to keep straight which ones like are real and also which ones are pertinent to this generation, because they do also like to change it up between gens sometimes. to attack the old one. And then false swipe, the new one. Are we already almost out of multi-attacks? It does go by pretty quick. Oops, nope, don't want to do that. This one, yeah, I feel like maybe Dittos are just less likely to SOS call than some other Pokemon. Or less likely for it to be successful, I should say. Because it's still trying, it's just not succeeding. There's another Ditto, good. Now we can go for the multi-attack. Thank you as well to anyone watching this extremely boring shiny hunt. Hopefully it's at least, you know, kind of peaceful. But what I plan to do on this channel is a lot more stuff involving basically animals, to put it in a simple way. I have a lot of ideas. I don't know which ones are actually going to happen and which ones aren't, so I don't want to be too forthcoming, let's say, and then have nothing happen. But like I showed before, a little... Well, let's see if this is a shiny first. No. Okay, well, like I showed before, you can see I got some tanks set up over there. The one closest to me there is a corn snake. The one furthest there is a pastel clown ball python. So basically a designer bred snake, as strange as that sounds. And you could see, I don't know if you can see, there's like a bin on top of that tank. It looks like a shoe, like a plastic shoe bin. That is actually my starter colony of Madagascar hissing cockroaches. And there's also a very, it's even harder to see, but there's a very small container that has a scorpling. And I kind of want to do videos with all of them. The scorpling is a Asian forest scorpion, specifically a Heterometrus laoticus, a Laotian forest scorpion. It's very, very young right now. But as it gets bigger, I would love to do videos involving holding it, especially. But right now, it's strange because it's not really much of a risk to me. Their venom is basically completely useless against humans, but I would be worried about holding it because I wouldn't want to hurt it or stress it out too much because it's very young. I may get some pictures of it on my finger or something. It's small enough where it could like sit on the just one little digit of my finger would be all you would need to hold it right now. One more ditto for the pile, and I have to recycle. This would be a good time for it to fail, but now it won't because I don't want it. Oh, no, there we go. So since that failed, I get a perfect opportunity to recycle my Lepa Berry. Yeah, I actually didn't know that Vital Spirit prevents you from healing with rest until I was setting up this Pokemon, and I realized it has Vital Spirit, so I stuck a rest TM on it to see what would happen. And I was assuming that it would keep it from. Basically, I thought what happens is what would happen. It just prevents the move from going off, like it just did right there. It's pretty funny. Like, the only context really where that's useful is if your opponent's Pokemon is a Ditto and it's transforming into your Pokemon. Or if you were somehow giving a Pokemon that used Rest Vital Spirit, I suppose. But either way, it's not an interaction you're going to see very often. Whereas in this battle, it has triggered many, many, many times. And no SOS. So, waste the orb. Get another Ditto. Oops, don't need to do that. I think the most likely outcome here, at this point, I've kind of gotten in the groove. I think the most likely two outcomes is I'm either going to forget to replace the Ditto often enough, and it will struggle and end the encounter, or I will get a shiny. And I think when either of those happens, that will probably be the end for this test. I may do other shiny hunts if I can figure out a way to set this up in a way where I don't have to like lean forward like a gorilla. I wish I had like a mirror so you can see this setup. I literally just have like a little camera sitting up on top of a pile of books on a table in front of me, and then I'm like leaning forward and holding the DS. It is not ideal. And unfortunately, I don't play the modern games really. I guess I could finish Arceus on camera. I think all I have left to do is fill out the Pokedex, though, so that'd be pretty boring. And whatever is after that. I guess you do catch Arceus, or Arceus, however you say it. I used to always say it Arceus, but apparently it's Arceus. You'd think they would avoid having the word arse in its name, but, you know, that's fine too. Okay, this one did not SOS, so I'm going to take that opportunity to switch and cross my fingers for a Ditto with Imposter. And if not, then we'll just do what we always do. Nope. Okay. So just gotta burn a turn. Oh, see? That's a good thing. That was real close. Yeah, they run out of PP way quicker than you would think. I believe it's because they only get 5 per move when they transform. So I gotta be real careful with that. Because that was close. That came very close to ending the encounter. If I had waited one more turn, that would have been it. Yeah, that was real close. I probably wouldn't have bothered setting this all back up again. Because we're like, at this point, we're like 40 Dittos in or something crazy. At a certain point, you just gotta call it if it fails. As much as I'd love to catch a shiny during this stream, I'm trying my best. Oops. Oops, I don't need to Adrenaline Orb again. Okay. Okay, it did not SOS. And it did not SOS. Okay, buddy. Maybe it does have something to do with being on the right side. I feel like whenever they're SOS chaining from the right side, it seems like it's less likely for them to appear. Well, I can't switch that one now. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. I like having the Dittos turn into something completely useless. I find it funny. Alright. No, you know, I'm going to... Yeah, I don't like this one being on the right. I feel like that is messing things up. Summon another imposter one. That'd be nice. Nope. Okay. Well, actually, I could use some healing, so... That'll waste a turn. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that that struggle took like half of their HP. But... I guess it makes sense. Also, yes, hello. We are ditto chaining, so there's a lot of dittoing. A lot of dittoing and duplicating, and mostly I'm just turning them into this incredibly useless Rockruff that I made, so that they can't do anything to me. They can Odor Sleuth, they can Rock Polish, they can Howl, and they can Rest, which sounds bad, but they have Vital Spirit, so Rest literally does nothing. It's a very fun little setup we got going. I think we're on like 40 plus at this point. So we're getting to the point where I think we have the best odds we have of getting a shiny. We just have to get lucky. And not that kind of shiny. They're transforming into shinies. It's confusing, but we're going for a real shiny here. Eventually, we will get a shiny Ditto. I don't even have a plan for a name yet. Usually, I kind of have one picked out. I didn't really think about this one yet. I will waste a turn with an Adrenaline Orb. See, there you go. Rest, Vital Spirit, nulls it, so nothing happens. Fight it with the multi-attack. Heal Pulse. I probably do. I think I see what you're getting at, but, I mean, this works great because they literally just can't do anything. And the Smeargle is also basically on infinite loop. You can see I have... oh, well, you're about to see it go off. I have False Swipe to get them down to 1. I have Multi-Attack for the killing. Recovery is for encounters that aren't this. where they can actually hit me. And then, and very importantly, recycle. So let's use up our last multi-hit, and you'll see what's going on. Or multi-attack, whatever. So there's the Lepa Berry going off. So even though I just used up all my PP, now it's back to normal. I can just use recycle. That gets the Lepa Berry back. And I'm right back to where I was. Gotta kind of leave this angled so you guys can see what I'm doing here. How many times has that other Ditto? You know, I cut it so close last time. Let's refresh just to be safe. I think I need to make that the rule. Whenever I'm thinking about it, I should probably refresh, because they run out of PP incredibly quickly. Goopy's pretty good. I like Goopy. I have an entire, like, battalion of shinies that are named after, like, food or flavors. So I was trying to think of something blue, but there's not that many things that are blue, like, in actuality. Even blueberries are kind of more purple. Okay, so... Oh, wait, that's the wrong Ditto. Ah! I really hope that one's not down to struggle. Okay, no, it's calling, so... Okay. Oh, and it had Imposter. That's fine. Okay, I will attack the old one. Even though he has multi-attack, he's only level 30. It's not like... Yeah, and the odds of it actually using the correct move. I'll switch... Oh, wait, no, I should have gotten it down to 1. But it has Recover in this mode. Okay, let's see if it's going to just be helpful and call an Imposter Ditto for me. I have enough Rado HP restores where I could do this forever. Why did that one have to be Imposter? That really messed up, like, my whole little, Yeah, you use Recycle. There we go. Nope. Okay. False Swipe it is. Oh, that actually does hit for some damage. And watch this one be Imposter. Nope. Okay, good. Okay, once I set this up, I think... I'm probably going to let the dog out real quick before the fireworks start getting worse. She has moved from her spot to outside the door, and... Oh yeah, that's the other ball python. But she has moved to her spot outside the door, which I believe might mean that she has to go out. And she's just too scared to ask because of the fireworks. Okay, so now I can switch back to this guy. Oh, you... I forgot. Yeah, you have Recover, don't you? Okay. Well, this should still wipe him out. Yes. Get the useless Rockruff up higher. Eventually that'll make it to 100, probably. Okay, we're gonna false swipe this Ditto. Oh, a nice crit, too. Okay, so that is all set up. I am going to use an HP restore to waste my turn. And then I am going to go and let the dog out. I will just kind of leave with the vibing music. Enjoy the vibing music. I will be right back. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she does not like the fireworks. It is really hard to get her to like walk around in the fireworks. Okay, where were we? We have a Ditto summoned. It is not shiny, so we are going to multi-attack. I just refreshed, so I just got to keep in mind that Ditto's got like maybe 15 moves or something. It seems like a lot less. Maybe it only gets like 3 per move when it transforms. I don't know how many it gets. Oops, I don't want a multi-attack. Let's go for a Adrenaline Orb to waste time. Has anyone... I am not keeping track of how many Dittos this has been. We're quite a few in at this point, though. I'm sure we're at the point where this is like the maximum multiplier you get for shinies and probably for EVs or IVs, I mean. I believe even the LGM, I caught that shiny LGM a few days ago, like to kind of test this method out. I think it only had 3 perfect IVs, so I don't know if there's like even a guarantee that you get anything good. Do I need to recycle? I'm just gonna recycle because I don't remember if I did it. No, I guess I already did it. Well, I would. I know it's. Do you mean 15 until it's at the max for the chain? Or do you mean I've probably done 15? I know I've done more than 15 because I've had to refresh multi-attack at least 3 times, but the, the problem is I broke that first chain, so I can't really use that to count accurately. I think I was probably at... I probably had used up at least 6, though, and each Leppa Berry is 10, so I've probably gone through at least 30 Dittos in this chain. Once I have to refresh it again, maybe? I don't know. Either way, we should be getting there. I think it took me about 200 for the LGM. Yeah, it's more than 15, but it's less... We're definitely under 100 so far. I know that much. Yeah, when you chain for shinies, it's mostly just a matter of patience, regardless of which. It generally gets easier as you go along the generations. I think Sun Moon is probably the easiest, especially if you do something silly like this, where you're just like basically chaining them to SOS a million times. It's just a matter of patience and not messing up. Like if I made a mistake and accidentally knocked out the Ditto that is keeping the chain going, I would be in trouble. But I mean, it's pretty much the only thing I could do to mess up at this point, other than like running away or something. So what I actually want to do, I think, is refresh. And how did she take damage again? Oh, right, that one Ditto transformed. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'll turn that one. Switch back. I never actually played Scarlet and Violet. Uh, I know that there's a lot of quality of life stuff that went up in generations that went past this one, but there's also just there's no Mega Evolution, which is a big thing for me because I literally have multiple competitive level shinies that rely on Mega Evolution to be useful. And I also can't transfer all of my Pokemon forward. I don't really consider it a mainline Pokemon game unless I can transfer forward. So since Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is the last one I was able to transfer forward, this is where my whole collection is. I actually have my first shiny from all the way back in Emerald version. Uh, I had caught a shiny Wurmple, and it evolved into a shiny Beautifly, and I still have that to this day. And I can't transfer that forward to Sword and Shield. I can't transfer that forward to Violet, so I don't really consider them to be mainline games in the same way that, I've been able to continually bring my collection with me so far up to this point. So this is where I'm stopping. But I don't mind still shiny hunting in these games. I mean, it's still plenty of fun, and This Ditto should serve a dual purpose of also breeding new shinies. Is this one just not going to SOS chain? I'm going to preemptively bring... I'm going to see and hope that this is going to be an imposter one. I think I messed up when I was refreshing too, now that I think about it. I think I was supposed to kill the one on the left. See, this is the problem. I can't talk and think at the same time. There we go. Okay. As long as they don't struggle and end the encounter, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's attack the right one this time. And by that, I mean the left one. Ah, yep, there's the struggle. See, just in time. I always get it just in time. I gotta be real careful on that. And that's gonna hit the wrong one. Oh! God. Well, I guess it wasn't just in time, if you think about it. If you really think about it, it was not just in time. Okie doke. I know I said I wasn't gonna set it up again, but what else do I really have to do? Okay, let's Rotto Lotto. No, 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 I hit the thing. I hit... Yeah, there we go. I like that you have to poke him in the eye, specifically for Rotto Lotto. You can't tap him anywhere else, you have to poke him in the eye. Okay. Maybe we'll get lucky and just get a Ditto again right away. That's not a Ditto. Also, Mary is my modest synchronizer. The start of their name is the same as the first letter of the ability they're synchronizing, so that I can make sure I have the correct one in the front. So Mary is modest. I don't remember them all. I think Anne is adamant. They all have different names. But these ones are specifically just for synchronized, so they're not shiny, because it'd be a little insane to have like 5 shiny Gardevoirs just for synchronizing. As crazy as I am about having an all shiny team, I'm not that crazy. And my battery is dying on this too. Great. Let's bring in the plug. Yeah, these, I have to admit, it's pretty impressive that this 3DS still has any battery life, considering how old it is. But, yep, there we go. And now we're just never going to get a Ditto again, so I don't have to worry about this, I guess. I would chain Meteors, but I feel like they don't SOS chain, or there's some reason you can't SOS chain them. I think they don't call for help. Oh, Cleffa. I didn't know those spawned here. I don't need you, though. I'm gonna just get a random luck shiny from an encounter before I find another Ditto. I don't know what the spawn rate of Dittos here is, but it must be pretty low. Beldum again. I have a shiny Beldum. Well, things ain't looking too good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to... If I can get out of the grass without an encounter, I'm going to actually heal real quick. Also, this is why Radom abuse is okay. They made him so unbelievably annoying in this game, and I really love the concept of having like a Radom in your Pokedex and like phone and stuff. Like that's a cool idea, but in practice it gets a little annoying. Also, really quick, I just wanted to show the reason I was going into the boxes. Just to give an idea of how much of a shiny collector I am. This is like where the shiny boxes start. So you got a couple Magikarps, couple Gyarados, nothing too amazing there. Although I think one of these has... Yeah, this one has like bounce and a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know exactly why. And I'm the original trainer, so I must have caught it or something. This one I'm the... Yeah, I'm the original trainer on all these. In different games. So... I got Magikarps, I got a couple Gyarados, I got my Relincanth, Chinchou. These are all water ones, I think. Grape is the Lapras. That's one of my favorite ones. I like the old shiny color better, but it still looks pretty good here. Mystery, which is my Kingdra, Dragalge, Skrelp. Got both of them. Both of these as well. Sharpedo and whatever the hell this one's called, Piranha Boy. Carvana. Oh, it does say right there, Carvana. Phoebus, Melodic, Wailmer, Wailord, Tentacool, Politoed, Seaking, Goldeen. I mean, you could see this is why I don't want to move to a game where I can't transfer all my Pokemon, because I spent a long time. This was a random encounter, I remember. This was Victory Road. I found a Rhydon that I evolved. This is actually my first shiny, it was a shiny Wurmple. And then when I got the remake of those games, what would that be? What was the remakes? It would have been Omega Ruby, I believe. I got another shiny Wurmple randomly, and it was a Dustox, and that's this one. So it was like I got both randomly, one in the original when I originally played Emerald and transferred this all the way forward from Emerald. And then this one is from just like another random Wurmple that I ran into in the remake Omega Ruby. And then this, I think I hunted for this shiny Wurmple, so I don't know how much that counts, but it kind of rounds out the trio. And then I also, of course, have Butterfree, Venomoth. This one I am not the original trainer, but it's from a personal friend, so I know this one is legit. But most of the ones I have are either I'm the original trainer or it's like somebody I know. So like I'm 100% sure that they're real. I have this whole evolution line in shiny because I just love the way they all look individually. This one has the cool blue. This one just it doesn't look that different shiny, but then Chandelure looks so cool with the regular orange and red flame. I don't remember where I got the Banette. Eevee, Flareon. Umbreon is one of my favorite shinies, so of course I have an Umbreon. And this is the one I just caught on this route from SOS chaining like the other day. But it has Jolly Nature, which is like the opposite of what you want, and I believe the IVs, it has... Oh, it is 4 IV, but not in special attack. So Special attack, it has the least IVs, so it looks cool. That's about it. But anyway, I'm going to recover. I actually think I might just end it here. I was kind of just doing this as a test. I think I will probably do some more shiny hunting and some videos with like pets and stuff in the future, but I think this was a good test. If the stream actually stayed stable, I'm gonna go watch it back, but if it actually stayed stable, that's nice. And it will definitely, this camera seems to work great for the most part. This is obviously not what it's meant to do, but I think it did a pretty good job. But I will definitely be doing some more stuff in the future, so hopefully some people will stick around and subscribe. I don't even think I got that many viewers, but I think this was a good test. And at least I didn't, like, mess up too bad. I got a pretty good chain going, and it only really got messed up by bad luck. But I think I'm going to figure out exactly how many moves those Dittos are getting, and I'm going to keep better track of it in the future, so that I don't end up just having them struggle and end the fight, which is like the most frustrating way that they could possibly end the battle for me. So, thanks for watching, and I hope I see you guys later.